Hello everyone. This video is entitled Gifts to Students or Staff. It goes along with Module 11, which is Chapter 10. I'm Larry Myers. We're going to talk to you today about how to handle those funds in a school situation. General guidelines are that gifts are commonly given to staff members and students using school funds for special events or achievements. And we do this all the time for baby showers, wedding events, sometimes sad events when there's a funeral or death in the family. We give things away to staff members or sometimes even students that are part of the school. Common rule of thumb for determining if an item is a gift is to ask, will the item remain with the school if the staff member leaves? A lot of times we give gifts to staff members and they are used in the school setting. And sometimes those gifts are going to be remain at school. The determining factor is a lot of times how much is spent and whether or not that gift is going to go along with the staff member when they leave, if they retire, or if they transfer to a different school. A lot of times we like to give gifts to students as incentives or rewards. A lot of times they will be raised, the funds can be raised by the students or the group, and they should probably only be given to students that are participants in the group. The gifts should be not high price in value, and they should be age appropriate. Funds can also be part of the general fund or from parent donations like PTA or PTO. Gifts that are extravagant or expensive may cause poor feedback from the community members if it looks like money is being spent recklessly. They want those school funds to be used appropriately and in a way that goes along with what the general rule of the school would be. Gifts to staff members go along with some of those same lines. You don't want them to be too expensive and you don't want them to be too extravagant. A lot of times, like at our school, we have a social committee and they meet at the beginning of the year. People donate a certain amount. In this case, we usually donate $20 if you're a full-time staff member and $10 if you're a part-time. But those guidelines should be established and set up so we know that if we're giving cards or gifts to certain people during the school year for certain events, those dollar amounts are controlled by the group and discussed beforehand. And usually we are notified when those gifts are given out or any type of monetary or type of award or reward is given out to staff members. And the committee members should usually, like I said, meet at the beginning of the year, maybe at the end of the year to kind of wrap things up and see if there's any funds left over. And a lot of times those funds that are left over at our school are used for a staff party or to recognize members that are retiring. If the fundraising incentive gifts are going to be given to staff members, then staff members should be participants in the activities, and the gifts should be reasonably priced, and again, cost no more than 5% of the profits from the events. You don't want to be too extravagant and give away too many high dollar prizes or high priced items. Otherwise, you're going to get some raised eyebrows from community members and possibly board members. Gifts given to general staff should be paid for by funds generated by staff donations. In vending machines, like we have a pop machine and a candy machine, a lot of times those funds are put into a general fund or an activity fund at our school. And those can also include PTA donations. But as a general rule of funds generated by staff activities may be used to purchase gifts for the staff. Many districts allow, like our districts, allow some staff incentive gifts to be purchased with money from the general fund, as long as the gifts are inexpensive, $5 or less, and used for the classroom. And those are the ones that would probably remain in the classroom at the end of the year or if the staff member was leaving. Cash items, or equivalent to cash, like cards that are used for maybe iTunes cards or for restaurant cards, those should not be given to staff unless the amount is added to the employee's W-2 for tax collection purposes at the end of the year. Payroll should be notified in that case. A lot of times special efforts are used for specific students. At our school, we've had fundraisers for people that have had long illnesses or injuries, or if other disastrous events occur to students. or staff members or even community members. But the best way to collect those funds is to have an outside organization or maybe one that's part of the school, like PTA once again, or parent group, to collect those funds and then distribute those funds to the staff member. Otherwise, those funds are going to need to be added to the employee's taxable wages, just like the gifts that were given by the school on the previous slide. In general, funds given to staff members should not be a part of the school's bookkeeping records. The accountant or the bookkeeper should not be recording those into the school's accounts. Finally, the funds given to staff and students as incentive rewards are a great way to show appreciation, a great way to promote positive community recognition. A lot of times when things are given to students at the high school fall scrimmages for football and volleyball, they have a car that's given away to students that are part of the group that didn't miss any days of school the previous year. There's a local car company that gives away the car. But those are all great to promote school culture and school climate. But you have to be careful about who's giving those awards away and how much is being given. Otherwise, there could be problems with negative community recognition and board problems as far as people wanting to know where the money's coming from and who's handling the money. Guidelines should be established by the district and member schools. Any committees that you have should be aware of guidelines that are established by the district and the school so that there's not any appearance of inappropriate or improper accountability. Bookkeepers should be notified, but they should not be part of the process as far as recording information. Thank you for watching this video.